Hello guys, in this video I want to talk specifically to those aspirants who are preparing for UPSC while doing a full-time job. And see, last year we have seen many of my mentees have cracked this exam even when they are working professional. For example, Priya. So she was a full-time working professional. She got 232nd rank, and in her very first mains itself, she got 276 marks in sociology also. So there is a strategy that you need to follow. And many people, many working professionals have one. In fact, any working professional, if you take, they have one common doubt that, like, sir, I don't have that 8-10 hours every day like a regular aspirant. Can I still clear UPSC? Can I still compete with them when they are giving 10-12 hours and I have hardly 4-5? Max, if I stretch 4-5 is what I get. Of course, even if you have that limitation, my answer is yes, but the strategy need to be different, right? If your strategy is correct, just like what Priya did or any other aspirants, any other mentees who have cracked this, the way they have done or the way we have structured their strategy, if you can do like that, then you will definitely clear. In fact, see, let me tell you the biggest mistake that the working professional make, that they are trying to follow the very same strategy that a full-time aspirant. It is not going to work out for you because your available time, your energy, your priorities are completely different. So naturally, your preparation strategy should also be different, right? It cannot be similar to a regular aspirant. Now, first, let me tell you something that you actually don't realize. Being a working professional, don't consider that as a disadvantage. In my opinion, it is actually having a lot of advantage. The first advantage that you have is the financial stability. See, others are very much uncertain about their future, so that uncertainty is there in your mind, in their mind, when you are preparing also, and that's going to affect the preparation very badly. And you don't have that constant pressure of, what if I don't clear UPSC? That financial security that give you that mental stability also, and that mental stability that you have is a huge advantage in a long preparation journey. So it's not just like a 1 year game or maybe 2 year, definitely, right? Even if you're starting today, your prelims is coming in May and your result is coming in next maybe March. So that is a 2 year game. Even if everything goes in your favor, your prelims, your mains and interview, everything in your favor, still it is going to take minimum 2 year. If anywhere, if there is a problem, then it is going to stretch to 3 year or 4 year or 5 year. It is going like that. So such a long preparation journey, if you need to have that mental stability, you need to have that financial backup. And being a working professional, you're not uncertain about the future. Right. And the second advantage is passion. See, if someone is preparing for UPSC, even after working the whole day, that shows a genuine commitment. And such consistency is often, in fact, in my opinion, is more valuable than simply studying long hours. I have seen, and I find it better to mentor those working professional, and it make more sense to me. And in fact, it make more easy also for me to guide the working professional than regular students who are just coming after the graduation and preparing this exam. And the third advantage is that, you see, naturally, you follow limited sources. When you're a full-time aspirant, you get everything, PDF, classes, YouTube videos, you keep reading, revising and everything, and nothing will be there in your memory. But because you have limited time, you don't keep jumping from one book to another, or one coaching material to another, or one PDF to another, or one mentor to other. You just need to read that, relevant resources, limited resources, and revise the same resource multiple times. And in my opinion, that is the biggest advantage that you have, because your mindset is tuned in such a way that I don't have much time, so I will stick to this. So this is exactly what even I tell to the regular aspirants also: stick to limited sources, but they don't do that. They think that more reading, more extra books means more marks and better rank. It won't work like that. So naturally, they are, in a disadvantageous position. They just keep reading more rather than the advice which is given: stick to limited resources and do multiple revision. But you naturally, and with your limitation, you are within that, advice only, and that revision is what ultimately help you to get the mark, get the rank, get the clarity, get that consistency, and you'll be able to retain, you'll be able to reproduce. Another major advantage is your real world experience. I have seen when working professionals go into the interview, they are scoring very good because they have that real world experience. When they are writing the mains, they are doing it really good. You have that real experience, right? Every day what you're doing, you're dealing with people, you're dealing with deadlines, you're dealing with pressure, and you're dealing with decision making. The regular aspirant who's just coming after the graduation or post graduation, they've never seen such kind of scenario. Even if they keep a target, they may not be able to make it or meet it the way you can do it. So even if they have 6 hours and you only have 2 hours, you know how to meet that target. By following limited resources or following the relevant lectures, you will be able to do it in a much better way because of your real world experience than a fresher who's a regular aspirant, right? So that experience that you have, that becomes, in fact, valuable examples also when you're writing your ethics paper, your essay paper, even in your GS paper, even in your optional also. And most importantly, when you go to the interview, you will be different than them because of the real world experience. Your perspective is more and more mature than someone who has been only studying for years, sitting in the library, just seeing the library and the notes and the friends. Your experience is different, and that's why you take any working professional who go to the interview, their score is much better because their real world experience will be reflected there, and that is going to be rewarded. So there are limitations, of course, only in terms of time. But if you can manage that with your commitment, right, then rest of the things are actually advantage for you. Now let's understand the challenge. I hope now you got some confidence, right? This is how it is. This is the reality. You are in a much better position and better advantageous position than a regular aspirant. Now, the biggest challenge, there is only one challenge for you. That is obviously the limited time. And most of the working professional, may be able to study 2 3 hours weekdays, or maybe if you stretch 4 hours. I've seen Priya, she's studying, she could study only 4 hours, and then weekends she'll be able to spend more time. So a couple of good weekends is enough for you, right? And that 6 8 hours, even 10 hours if you can stretch, that means on an average you have only about around 20 25 quality hours you're getting per week. So when your time is limited, your discipline has to be unlimited. I repeat, when your time is limited, your discipline has to be, you cannot compromise on it, and it has to be unlimited. And every hour, every minute, every second is going to be valuable. That means you cannot afford to waste any time collecting, too many resources or making perfect study plans. You cannot keep changing the study plans. You need an exam oriented approach from day one. If you are starting from this day today, you need a exam oriented approach. So another challenge that I've seen is the mental and physical fatigue. Yes, you're working the entire day and your brain is already tired, and many aspirants come home with good intention but don't feel like studying. That mental physical fatigue, that may lead to that mental fatigue also. So instead of fighting your body, what you need to do is you need to change your routine. So the best thing that you can do is work you cannot avoid, so you will be definitely doing it. So keeping study time after the work or keeping study time before the work is your choice, right? It's not a choice, it has to be done like this. Try to wake up early and finish your most important study target even before you go to work, and use the evening time mainly for revision. Even if you are lying down, you can do that revision part. So current affair you can do in the evening, or writing an answer, that's something which you can do in the evening. But the most important areas, your daily targets, that try to meet 80% of it in the morning itself, even before you go to the work. How can you do that? Wake up slightly early, right? Even if you sleep slightly early, it's perfectly fine, but wake up more early. And morning energy is definitely better than post office energy. There is no confusion, there is no question about that. Okay, so that way we can solve that fatigue and tiredness. Now the next challenge is a fragmented time, right? See, working professionals, rarely they get long, uninterrupted study hours, but technology have made things very easier. You can use recorded lectures. You can keep your notes and study materials on your phone and listen to lectures. You're traveling. You're going for the job. Maybe in metro. Maybe you're driving. So even then, you can just keep listening to the lectures, right? Important lectures. If you're a sociology student, you can watch my lecture and you can revise these things when it is there in your phone during your lunch break, and use every small pocket of time most productively. Okay, so this is how you can do that, fragmented hours. How can you manage it? While traveling, you can listen to lectures, you can revise also during the breaks. And now, you see, let's talk about answer writing. Many aspirants think they need to write 5 or 6 answers every day. See, for you, it is not practical, right? This is not practical for someone who's working. So instead, follow a simple rule. You study a topic, revise it, then just write one quality answers every day. That's enough. One answer every day. If you can write, it's fine. Because ultimately, when you are close to the prelims, you'll be taking 1 or 2 month break. When you're close to mains, also you'll be taking 1 or 2 month break. That time you'll be writing a lot. So till then, till prelims, your target need to be just one answer, maybe max two answer. One good answer every day. That's much better than trying or writing five answers inconsistently. So see, again, planning, that is another area where working professional make mistake. Don't plan your preparation day by day, right? Office schedules may change, so meetings come unexpectedly depending upon the nature of your work. Some days may be very hectic, so instead of daily target, what better will be is to keep a weekly target. So if Tuesday is not going well for you, recover on Wednesday or Thursday, right? So you couldn't do much in better this way. That means some target couldn't meet, means you'll be recovering that. So weekly you try to meet the target, and for that even you can compromise, you can work more on Saturday Sunday to meet that weekly target. See, the important thing is that by the end of the week your target should be completed. So weekly, what was your target? It should be completed. So for that, Saturday Sunday may be the time that you're giving extra, right? Now let's discuss about the preparation strategy. See, for working professional, what I believe is first priority should be definitely mains preparation, because mains is deciding your rank, and everyone know that. UPSC preparation is ultimately mains preparation, right? Your rank, your service, your ultimate career is actually decided by mains, right? And the period between prelims and mains is definitely not enough for you to build the concepts or prepare the notes or learn answer writing from the scratch. So it is not going to be possible. So that period should be only used for revision. Even then also, maybe you'll be taking only last 2 months leave, right? Break. So even then also, after prelims, maybe 1 or 2 months you need to go for office. So 2 months you may get the leave. So in that case also, you can only use revision, current affair integration, and intensive answer writing. So use the present time wisely. So from today onwards, if you're starting the preparation, like from Monday to Friday, dedicate your available study time for general studies, and choose one good resource, and don't keep changing the sources. You study that, make notes, for example, polity, Lakshmikant. That's it, nothing else. You'll see other materials, NCRTs, and so many sources. Ignore all those noise. Just study Lakshmikant, make notes, revise it, write one answer after completing one area. And on Saturdays, Sundays, focus on your optional subject, because you're getting some continuous hours. So you can watch lectures, you can take down the notes, you can write the answers. And always, again, remember, optional carries 500 mark. Optional is very important. So never postpone it until after prelims. At least on weekends, you should be able to cover that. So you might have attended the classes. If you're a sociology student, you're attending my classes. So never postpone optional, right? Cover till you study prelims. There's a mistake Priya did, but I am surprised. Priya, after prelims only, she came to me for optional and she got 276 marks. But I never advise that. So there is some element of luck also involved in that, of course. Okay. So see, the goal should be like by November, December, your GS preparation should be largely complete. Of course, it cannot be fully complete, largely complete, and at least one optional paper is ready. Right? Paper two maybe will take some more time and it's fine. So then once you move very close to prelims, then your focus also shift. So weekdays should be dedicated to static subjects, and most of the time you keep practicing MCQs, previous year questions, coaching institute, MCQs you'll practice. Weekends you will be taking the current affairs and the CSAT, and also you'll be taking mock test, right? So weekends should at least when you are nearing close to the prelims, from Feb onwards, weekends you should be taking one test, right? And current affair and CSAT, you can see these days it's getting slightly tougher, and the importance of current affairs is also increasing. So you can't leave that part. And another important habit is something which you need to build is note making. Every topper definitely prepare personal notes. So it's not just copying paragraph from the textbook. You need your personal notes, like in terms of keywords, in terms of important data, in terms of writing diagrams, in terms of flowcharts. And your note actually should help you to revise quickly. So before you study any topic, you have to spend few minutes thinking about that, right? So suppose today's topic was unemployment. So you need to ask yourself, what are the cause of this? What are the consequences of this? What are the possible solutions to this? So if you have this habit, of brainstorming, that will improve your analytical thinking. And that, analytical thinking is exactly what UPSC is expecting from you. Right. And finally, remember one important principle: success in UPSC is not decided by who studies the longest. So it doesn't matter, the quantity of hours, even quality of hours is more important. So if you can spend available time in a most quality way, if you can make it more productive rather than others, then definitely you'll be doing good, considering the other advantage also, that you possess the mental strength, right, compared to the others, the financial stability and security that you have. So it's not just the number of hours that you study, it is decided by who studies consistently. Consistent effort is what is required. Quality hours is what required. Most productive work is what is actually required. So working professional, you have maybe very less time compared to others, but you can still compete with full-time aspirant if and only if you use that productively, efficiently, and you need to remain. I told you, if you have limited time means you need to be having that unlimited discipline and follow the limited resource, revise regularly, write answers consistently, and execute a realistic plan. So don't compare your timetable with someone else. That's not going to work out for you. Compare your consistency with what you did yesterday, your improvement today with what you did yesterday. 1% improvement every day will make you double of what you are from 100 days today, right? So if you can improve every single week, if you can improve every single day, and if you can stay disciplined, you just trust the process. You just trust my words. There is absolutely no reason that you as a working professional cannot secure a top rank in UPSC. So that's it, guys. If you are looking for any mentorship, test series, classes for UPSC, IAS, you can get in touch with our team. I see you there. Thank you. So I'll be your mentor in that case. See you. Thank you.